Naram
Śrīmad Sudha
Moka Karoti Vajalam
Pandor Langayate Girim
Yati Sataman Mande
Sri Gurum Dinatharinam
Paramananda Madhavam
Sri Caitanya Vishwaram
Harihi Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om.
Hare Krishna, my dear devotees. Today we're reading from the Sri Krishna Chaitanya compilation class. And today's chapter is entitled as, if one becomes a madman like Lord Chaitanya, he may also understand the meaning of Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Under the section, the 61 explanations of the Atma Rama verse. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 307.
সর্বশেষে আর এক প্রকার অর্থ আত্মা শব্দে ক্ষেত্রজ্ঞা শক্তি আত্মা শব্দে কহে ক্ষেত্রজ্ঞ জীব লক্ষণ ব্রহ্মাদি কীট পর্যন্ত তার শক্তিতে গণন.
The word Atma also refers to the living entity who knows about his body. That is another symptom. From Lord Brahma down to the insignificant ant, everyone is counted as the marginal potency of the Lord.
All part of Lord Krishna.
We are all part of Lord Krishna.
We're considered marginal potency
Considered the marginal potency.
in the material world. We are unmanifested.
In the material world, we are unmanifested.
A small particle, 1/10,000th a tip of a hair in dimension.
Small particle, 1/10,000th, the tip of a hair in dimension.
In the spiritual world, we manifest our spiritual form,
In the spiritual world, we manifest our spiritual form,
which is just suited to our relationship with Krishna.
which is
Just suited
just suited
for
with our relationship with Krishna. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 308.
বিষ্ণু পুরাণের 6-7 রয়েছে
Vishnu Sakti Para Prokta Kshetrajna Kya Tatha Para Avidya Karma Samjnanya Tritiya Shaktirishyate.
The potency of Lord Vishnu is summarized in 3 categories, namely the spiritual potency, the living entities, and ignorance. The spiritual potency is full of knowledge. The living entities, although belonging to the spiritual potency, are subject to bewilderment. And the third energy, which is full of ignorance, is always visible in fruitive activities. Purport. This is a quotation from the Vishnu Purana. For an explanation, see Adi Lila 7.119.
So 3 broad potencies are mentioned.
So 3 broad potencies are mentioned.
They have unlimited sub-headings.
They have unlimited
Heading. So
headings.
there's a spiritual potency, which never falls down.
There's the spiritual potency which never falls down.
A marginal potency, which is subject to material bewilderment.
The marginal potency with associates
Subject
subjects to fall down
to bewilderment.
to bewilderment.
we are the marginal potency.
We are the marginal potency.
Although we're superior because we're very minute, we're subject to be bewildered.
Although we are superior because we are very minute, we are subject to be bewildered.
And the third potency is the illusory energy,
And the third potency is the illusionary energy,
which is the inert material energy.
which is the inert material energy. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 309.
পাত্রকের পর্যায় শব্দ
क्षेत्र
কোষে স্বর্গবর্গের সাথে রয়েছে
क्षेत्रज्ञ आत्मा पुरुष प्रधानम प्रकृति स्त्रियाम.
The word Kshetragya refers to the living entity, the enjoyer, the chief, and the material energy, nature. Purport. This is a quotation from the Swarga Varga 7 of the Amara Kosha Dictionary. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 310.
সাধু সঙ্গ ফলে কৃষ্ণ ভক্তি লাভ ভ্রমিতে ভ্রমিতে যদি সাধু সঙ্গ পায় সব তেজি তবে তিহু কৃষ্ণের ভজয়
The living entities are wandering in different species of life on different planets. But if by chance they get the association of a pure devotee, sadhu, they give up all other engagements and engage in the service of the Lord, Krishna.
It shows how important the association of a pure devotee is.
This shows how important the association of a pure devotee is.
When consciousness can be really changed by even a short association with a pure devotee.
One's consciousness can completely change by a short association with a pure devotee. Short time. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 311.
ষাটি অর্থ কহিলু সব কৃষ্ণের ভজনে সেই অর্থ হয় এই সব উদাহরণে
I have thus explained 60 different meanings, and all of them aim at the service of Lord Krishna. After giving so many examples, that is the only meaning.
So Lord Caitanya and all his examples, the leading one to devotional service of Lord Krishna.
So Lord Caitanya and all his examples is but leading to devotional service to Lord Krishna. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 312.
সর্বসাকল্যে এই পর্যন্ত 61 প্রকার অর্থ ব্যাখ্যাত 61 অর্থ এবে ঘুরিলু তোমার সঙ্গে তোমার ভক্তি বসে ওঠে অর্থের অতরঙ্গে
Now, due to your association, another meaning has awakened. It is due to your devotional service that these waves of meanings are arising. Purport. The word Atma refers to the living entity. From Lord Brahma down to an insignificant ant, everyone is considered a living entity. Living entities are considered part of the Lord's marginal potency. All of them are kshetragya, knowers of the body. When they become nirgrantha or free, saintly persons, they engage in Lord Krishna's service. That is the 61st meaning of the verse.
So when a person becomes free, a saintly person,
So when a person becomes free, a saintly person,
they engage in Lord Krishna's devotional service.
they engage in Lord Krishna's devotional service.
So this way, Lord Caitanya, he found 61 meanings.
So in this way, Lord Chaitanya, he found 61 meanings.
He gave the credit to Sanatana Goswami by his association with a wave of meanings.
So he is giving the credit to Sanatana Goswami by his association. There is a wave of meanings.
And that's why he found 61 meanings of the Atma verse.
And in this way, he found 61 meanings of the Atma Rama verse. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 313.
প্রাচীনকৃত শ্লোকে শ্রীমদ
अहम वेद्मि सुखो वेति व्यासो वेति न वेति वा भक्त्या भागवतं ग्राह्यं न बुद्ध्या न च तीखया.
Lord Shiva said, I may know Sukadev Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, may know, and Vyasadeva may know or may not know Śrīmad Bhagavatam. On the whole, Śrīmad Bhagavatam, the spotless Purana, can be learned only through devotional service, not by material intelligence, speculative methods, or imaginary commentaries. Purport. Devotional service includes 9 processes, beginning with hearing, chanting, and remembering the activities of Lord Vishnu. Only one who has taken to devotional service can understand Śrīmad Bhagavatam, which is the spotless Puran for a transcendentalist, Paramahamsa. So-called commentaries are useless for this purpose. According to the Vedic injunction, Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru, all Vedic literature maintain that Śrīmad Bhagavatam has to be learned from the person Bhagavata, and to understand it, one has to engage in pure devotional service. Śrīmad Bhagavatam cannot be understood by so-called erudite scholars or grammarians. One who has developed pure Krishna consciousness and has served the pure devotee, the spiritual master, can understand Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Others cannot.
Śrīmad Bhagavatam is manifest only to those who are engaged in pure devotional service.
Śrīmad Bhagavatam is manifest only to those who are engaged in pure devotional service.
That's the spiritual nature of the Śrīmad Bhagavatam.
That is the spiritual nature of the Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Caitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 314.
61 প্রকার অর্থ শ্রবণে সনাতনের বিস্ময় ও প্রভুকে স্তুতি অর্থ শুনি সনাতন বিস্মিত হইয়া স্তুতি করে মহাপ্রভুর চরণে ধরিয়া.
After hearing all the explanations of all the different meanings of the Atmarama verse, Sanatana Goswami was struck with wonder. He fell down at the lotus feet of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu and began to offer prayers.
Sanatana Goswami had heard Lord Caitanya had explained Another verse in 18 different ways. Sarvabhaumacharya.
Sanatana Goswami had heard Lord Chaitanya had explained the Atmarama verse in 18 ways to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya.
So he asked Lord Chaitanya if he could hear those.
So he asked Lord Chaitanya if he could hear those.
Lord Chaitanya said, well, you're listening. I can't remember what I said, but what comes to my mind, I'll speak it.
So he said, well, you're listening. I can't remember what I said, but I'll try to remember it.
I'll speak whatever comes to my mind.
I'll speak whatever comes to my mind.
And so he has 61 different meanings.
So he gave 61 different meanings.
And that struck Goswami with wonder.
So that struck Sanatana Goswami with wonder.
It's impossible to come up with so many meanings on one verse.
Normally, it's impossible to come up with so many meanings on one verse.
So he grabbed the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and offered prayers.
So he grabbed the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and offered prayers. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 315.
পুরুষরূপে প্রভুর নিঃশ্বাস ত্যাগের সঙ্গে বেদ প্রকাশ সাক্ষাৎ ঈশ্বর তুমি ব্রজেন্দ্র নন্দন তোমার নিঃশ্বাসে সর্ববেদ প্রবর্তন.
Sanatana Goswami said, "My dear Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda. All the Vedic literatures are vibrated through your breathing."
Sanatana Goswami was realizing Lord Chaitanya was the incarnation of Lord Krishna.
So Sanatana Goswami was realizing that Lord Chaitanya was the incarnation of Lord Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 316.
শেষ আদি বিষ্ণুরূপে প্রভুরই ভাগবত ব্যাখ্যা ও অভিজ্ঞতা. তুমি ভক্তা ভাগবতের তুমি জানো অর্থ তোমা বিনা অন্য জাতিতে নাহিক সমর্থ.
My dear Lord, you are the original speaker of the Bhagavatam. You therefore know its real import. But for you, no one can understand the confidential meaning of Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Purport. Following this statement by Srila Sanatana Goswami, we have written our introduction to Śrīmad Bhagavatam, first canto, pages 1 to 41.
Lord Chaitanya knew the meanings of the Śrīmad Bhagavatam.
So Lord Chaitanya knew the confidential meanings of Śrīmad Bhagavatam
Because he is the original speaker.
because he is the original speaker.
Srila Prabhupada, he gave the Bhagavatam
So Srila Prabhupada, he gave the Śrīmad Bhagavatam,
and he said that Krishna was speaking to him.
and he said that Krishna was speaking through him.
Just instrument in the hands of Krishna.
He was just an instrument in the hands of Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 317.
প্রভু কর্তৃক ভাগবত মাহাত্ম্য কীর্তন. প্রভু কহে কেনে করো আমার স্মরণ ভাগবতের স্বরূপ কেনে না করো বিচারণ
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "Why are you glorifying me personally? You should understand the transcendental position of Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Why don't you consider this important point?"
Lord Caitanya is glorifying the Śrīmad Bhagavatam, a literary incarnation of the Lord.
Lord Chaitanya is glorifying the Śrīmad Bhagavatam, the literary incarnation of the Lord. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 318.
কৃষ্ণ তুল্য ভাগবত বিভু সর্বাশ্রয় প্রতি শ্লোকে প্রতি অক্ষরে নানা কথা অর্থ কয়
Śrīmad Bhagavatam is as great as Krishna, the Supreme Lord and shelter of everything. In each and every verse of Śrīmad Bhagavatam and in each and every syllable, there are various meanings. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila.
I said, Prabhupada, I said, if someone reads even a word or two of Śrīmad Bhagavatam, they get the spiritual blessing.
Srila Prabhupada said that if someone even reads a word or two of Śrīmad Bhagavatam, they'd get spiritual blessings. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 319.
পূর্বে শ্রী পরীক্ষিত ও সুখদেবের এবং তৎপর সৈন্যকাদি ও শ্রী সুতের প্রশ্নোত্তরে শ্রী ভাগবত প্রকাশ প্রশ্নোত্তরে ভাগবতে করিয়াছে নির্ধার যাহার শ্রবণে লোকে লাগে চমৎকার
The form of Śrīmad Bhagavatam is given in questions and answers. Thus, the conclusion is established. By hearing these questions and answers, one is highly astonished.
Questions in the Śrīmad Bhagavatam are about spiritual truth.
The questions in Śrīmad Bhagavatam are about spiritual truth.
The answers also spiritually enlivening.
And the answers are also spiritually enlivening. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 320.
কৃষ্ণের অপ্রকটে এই ভাগবতেই গ্রন্থরূপী কৃষ্ণ শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবত প্রথম স্কন্ধের প্রথম অধ্যায় 23 নম্বর শ্লোক
ब्रूहि योगेश्वरे कृष्णे ब्रह्मण्ये धर्मवर्मणि स्वां खाष्ठाम् अधुनोपेते धर्मखं शरणं गता.
Now that Sri Krishna, the absolute truth, the master of all mystic powers, has departed for his own abode, please tell us by whom religious principles are presently protected. Purport. This verse from Śrīmad Bhagavatam 1.1.23 was a question raised by all the sages who were headed by Saunaka. This question put before the great devotee Sutta Goswami is the foremost of the 6 questions raised. The answer to this important question is given in the next verse, also from Śrīmad Bhagavatam 1.3.43.
So this is one of the questions. And following is the answer.
So this is one of the questions, and the following is the answer. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 321.
শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবতের প্রথম স্কন্ধের ৩য় অধ্যায়ের ৪৩ শ্লোকে রয়েছে
कृष्णे स्वदामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः खलौ नष्टदृशाम् एष पुराणार्कोऽधुनोदिता.
After Lord Krishna departed for his abode, along with religious principles and transcendental knowledge, this Purana, Śrīmad Bhagavatam, has arisen like the sun in this age of Kali to enlighten those who have no spiritual vision.
When Lord Krishna was present, then all auspiciousness and spiritual qualities were present.
When Krishna was present, then all auspiciousness and spiritual qualities were present.
When he left the world, and took with him the knowledge, the Vedic principles,
When he left the world and took with him knowledge and Vedic principles,
then how will the people get his shelter?
then how will the people get his shelter?
And the answer was that this Bhagavad Purana, like a sun rising, dissipate all the darkness of Kali Yuga.
So the answer was given that the Bhagavad Dharma was like the sun rising, dissipating all the darkness of this Kali Yuga. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 322.
চৈতন্য অনুসরণে শুদ্ধ চিৎ ধর্ম স্ফুরণে অপাকৃত কৃষ্ণ সেবন্মত্তের পক্ষেই ভাগবত অর্থ বোধে যোগ্যতা নির্দেশ এই মতো কহিলু এক শ্লোকের অবাখান বাতুলের প্রলাপ করি কে করে প্রমাণ.
In this way, like a madman, I have explained the meanings of just one verse. I do not know who will take this as evidence.
Lord Caitanya was in such ecstasy that he could explain one verse in 61 different ways.
Lord Caitanya, he was in such ecstasy that he could explain one verse in 61 different meanings.
So he described himself as, quote, like a madman, unquote.
So he explained himself as, quote, madman, unquote,
Like a madman.
like a madman.
So, to understand the Śrīmad Bhagavatam, we also need to develop our ecstatic Krishna prema.
So to understand the Śrīmad Bhagavatam, we also have to develop our ecstatic Krishna prema. Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text 323.
আমার হেন যেবা কেহ বাতুল হয় এই দৃষ্টে ভাগবতের অর্থ জানয়.
If one becomes a madman like me, he may also understand the meaning of Śrīmad Bhagavatam by this process. Purport. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu plainly explains that Śrīmad Bhagavatam cannot be understood by those who are materially situated. In other words, one has to become a madman like Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Apart from being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu is an Acharya who exhibited love of God like a madman. According to his own written verse, Yugaitam Nimishena, he says that for him, a moment seems to last 12 years. Chakshusha Pravrishayitam,
Yes.
the tears are flowing like torrents of rain. Sunyaitam Jagat Sarvam, I feel as if the entire universe were vacant. Why? Govinda Virahena me, due to my being separated from Govinda, Krishna. One can understand Śrīmad Bhagavatam only by following in the footsteps of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, who was mad for Krishna. We cannot, of course, imitate Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. It is not possible. However, unless one is very serious about understanding Krishna, he cannot understand Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Śrīmad Bhagavatam gives the full narration of Krishna's transcendental activities. The first 9 cantos explain who Krishna is, and the Lord's birth and activities are narrated in the 10th canto. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated, Janma karma chame devyam, Krishna's appearance and disappearance are transcendental, not mundane. A person is eligible to return home back to Godhead if he perfectly understands Krishna and his appearance and disappearance. This is verified by Krishna himself in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text 9, chapter 4, text 9, Tyakva deham punar janma naitimam iti swarjana. It is therefore concluded that one has to learn about Krishna from Śrīmad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita, and one has to follow in the footsteps of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Those who do not follow Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu cannot understand the Bhagavad Gita and Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Thus ends.
So Lord Caitanya giving us the real meaning of the Bhagavad Gita and Śrīmad Bhagavatam.
So Lord Chaitanya is giving us the real meaning of the Bhagavad Gita and Śrīmad Bhagavatam.
We should follow the lotus footprints.
We should follow his lotus footprints.
And then all these secrets of Gita and Bhagavad revealed to us.
Then all the secrets of Gita and Bhagavad will be revealed to us. Thus ends the chapter entitled, If One Becomes a Madman like Lord Chaitanya, he may also understand the meaning of Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Under the section, the 61 explanations of the Atmarama verse. So now we'll have the announcements by His Grace Rajeshwar Gaur Prabhu, and Maharaj will be back soon.
Dear devotees, Guru Maharaj welcomes you on his virtual table. Because people are so reluctant, they are not at all interested in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, we become gladdened when we see that some of our books are sold. They will read and be benefited. This is the mission, high-class Vaishnavas. How to preach Krishna consciousness among the suffering humanity. Srila Prabhupada in a lecture on March 26, 1976. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Today, the following devotees have helped Guru Maharaj in the book distribution from Kasadesh Prahlad Krishnadas to Bhagavad Gita, Balachandra Chenna, Vinita, Gandharvika, Devidasi, and Bala Vrinda, 1 Bhagavad Gita and 1 small book, Rasanatha Govindadas, 5 small book, Ujjwal Gaura Haridas from Mayapur, 21 Bhagavad Gita, Jayanithai Jagadish Das from Mathura Desh, 6 Bhagavad Gita, Raghunath Chaitanya Das from Andhra Pradesh, 38 Bhagavad Gita, Aparna Samantha from Midnapur, 3 Bhagavad Gita, Amrita Chitra Devidasi from Orissa, 1 Bhagavad Gita. Lakshmi Kotishwara Gupta from Hyderabad, 5,000 rupees for Guru Maharaj Seva. Dr. Lin Wan Show from Kasadesh sponsored today Sarva Vigna Vinasana Puja, Tulsi Archan and Devdan for Guru Maharaj's health. These devotees helped Guru Maharaj in 72 Maha Big Books and 6 of 78 transcendental books. Jai Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai. These devotees get a special Narsima Puja in the next morning after sunrise in Sri Ramayapur. All of you devotees also bless them by calling out Nitai Gauranga. As you know, Guru Maharaj has to distribute 10,000 big books and 100,000 or 1 lakh small books. It's in a ratio of 1:10. Kindly send your sponsorship accordingly when you are participating in his fasting through Guru Maharaj's virtual table. Small books can be sponsored at ₹20 per book, and big books are at ₹170 per book, INR, Indian currency. Send your WhatsApp message to Guru Maharaj's virtual table, even if it's a single Bhagavad Gita or just a few small books, anytime at +91 94 34 76 04 02. Please stay safe and stay tuned for tomorrow's Lord Caitanya class at 7:30 p.m. Thank you for your daily prayers with us. Please join us in offering our deep prayers continuously from Mayapur for Ananda Krishna Mataji, Dairam Prabhu, and Chandnivas Prabhu. That if it is pleasing to Lord Krishna to protect these devotees, and one more, Sarvadeva Prabhu from Peru, who is also having a very poor health. That if it is pleasing to Lord Krishna to protect these devotees and devotees all over the world who are affected by Corona and its variant. And of course, our prayers include for all those who are celebrating anniversaries today. So please chant along with me as prayer, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much.
So actually, class started about 8 every night because also Wednesday we're having a bureau meeting at the sun.
The class started after 8 because we are having bureau meetings
up to Wednesday
up to Wednesday
till 7 p.m.
till 7 p.m.
Night for the Kashadesh and the Russian speaking devotees.
So tonight we will be visiting Kashadesh and the Russian-speaking devotees.
Bye.
All right, we will start with birthday blessings and anniversaries. Birthday of Gupta Gokul Prabhu, Haribol. Happy birthday to you. Radha Krishna Matirastu. Special blessings. Haribol. Thank you for the offering. Hare Krishna. Blessings to both of you. 11th birthday of Ananias. Haribol. Krishna Matirastu. Thank you for joining. Cake, pies, and misti. Haribol. Blessings to all of you. Thank you for the offering and for joining. From Chile, Ananta Sheila and Dana. Birthday, happy birthday to you. Radha Krishna Matirastu. Haribol. Guru Maharaj is cutting the cake virtually. Blessings to both of you. Haribol. Birthday from UK, Penelope, 10 years old. Haribol. Krishna Matirastu. Happy birthday. Special blessings to you. Haribol. Birthday of Anirban Prabhu, Haribol from Mayapur. Radha Krishna Matirastu. Guru Maharaj is blessing you. Haribol. Jalangi Mataji, please if you can unmute and translate for Russian devotees.
Jalangi.
Mataji. Radha Krishna Matirastu. Wow, thank you for the offering. Haribol. Sicheni. Keshava Prema Prabhu. Haribol. Radha Krishna Matirastu. Thank you very much for your offering. Sicheni. Haribol.
长时间特殊的仁慈。 Padmaja, Hayo Radha, Haribo, Hare Krishna. They are offering a loving feast to Guru Maharaj. 请接受来自于 Guru Maharaj 的祝福。Krishna Matirastu, Haribo, Hare Krishna. 也是长时间特殊的祝福。Hare Krishna. Small Radha is Guru Maharaj's aspiring disciple. Padmaja is Guru Maharaj's Diksha disciple. Falada Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Krishna Matirastu, Haribo. He's offering apples, pears, and grapefruits to Guru Maharaj. Haribo. Chaitya Guru Mataji, Hare Krishna. She's offering beautiful garland and wow, cakes and all kinds of fruits to Guru Maharaj. Radha Krishna Matirastu, Haribo. 请接受来自 Guru Maharaj 的祝福。Hare Krishna. Lalita Priti Mataji, Hare Krishna. She's offering coconuts, tomatoes, apples, fragrant pears, and Chinese sabjis to Guru Maharaj. Radha Krishna Matirastu, Haribo, Hare Krishna. She's maintaining app services for Guru Maharaj. Very hard, please bless her. Malini Kripa Mataji, Hare Krishna, Diksha disciple. She's offering very sweet oranges to Guru Maharaj. Krishna Matirastu, Haribo, Hare Krishna. 长时间特殊祝福。谢谢你。Hare Krishna, she's very happy. Rasarati Mataji, Diksha disciple. She's offering many, many sweet oranges to Guru Maharaj. Radha Krishna Matirastu, Haribo. This is called sugar candy oranges. Very small but very sweet. Sitala Mataji, Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj 祝福你还有你的朋友们。Radha Krishna Matirastu, Haribo. She's offering Lord Nisinghdev's Mahaprasadam to Guru Maharaj. Tungabhadra Mataji, Hare Krishna, Shiksha disciple. She's offering a very special pear to Guru Maharaj. Radha Krishna Matirastu, Haribo. Yashoda Padma Mataji, Hare Krishna. 让我们看看你的大餐。She's offering special mango chips, Haribo from Thailand, and apples and pears to Guru Maharaj. Radha Krishna Matirastu, Haribo. Vrindavan Mataji, sheltered disciple, she's offering flowers and apples to Guru Maharaj. Radha Krishna Matirastu, Haribo, Hare Krishna. Birthday blessings.
Birthday of Susmita Mataji. Haribo, Radha Krishna Matirastu. Thank you for joining. Special blessings to you. Avdari Lila Mataji. Haribo. Jagannathacharya Prabhu. Harihara.
Guru Maharaj, here is Mahaprasadam from Nrisimhadev for you.
Спасибо.
Да, Оджи Прабhu и Таруни Шишикала, Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Рада Кришне Матирасту. Спасибо за подношение, спасибо, что присоединились. Экапреми Гопи Матаджи, Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Рада Кришне Матирасту. Спасибо, что присоединились. Спасибо за прекрасное подношение. И спасибо за даршан. Чудесный даршан. Спасибо вам. Мадхура Гопика и ее дети Нитай и Ананга Маджари. Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Спасибо за ваше чудесное подношение. Рада Кришне Матирасту. Спасибо, что присоединились. Мантра Анандини Матаджи. Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Рада Кришне Матирасту. Спасибо, что присоединились. Спасибо за чудесное подношение. Нилачала Пранешвари and Yuva Prabhu, they ask blessings to come in Mayapur.
Blessing.
Благословение вам. Радхарупи Матаджи, Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Рада Кришне Матирасту. Спасибо за подношение. Спасибо, что присоединились. Татьяна Ивановна Матаджи, спасибо, что присоединились. Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Рада Кришне Матирасту. Вайкунтха Хари Прабhu и как премия Кешева Матаджи. Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Спасибо за подношение. Рада Кришне Матирасту. Мадхусудан Враджарадж Прабhu, Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Рада Кришне Матирасту. Спасибо, что присоединились. Спасибо за подношение. Особая милость вам, большой даршан, длинный. Так, снова Дауджи Прабу и Таруни Шашикала. Повторный даршан, особая милость вам. Ему Налилавати, Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Спасибо за подношение. Рада Кришна и Армати расту. Спасибо, что присоединились. Локапалика Матаджи, Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Рада Кришна и Армати расту. Спасибо, что присоединились. Спасибо за подношение. Камала Манджари Матаджи, Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Спасибо за чудесное подношение. Рада Кришна и Армати расту. Павел Прабу, Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Рада Кришна и Армати расту. Спасибо за подношение. Спасибо, что присоединились. Натешвари Радха, Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Так, и муж ваш, сейчас вспомню, сейчас скажу. Вакрешвари Матаджи, Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Рада Кришна и Армати расту. Спасибо, что присоединились. Авартана Хари Прабу и Дайма и Туласи, Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Спасибо, что присоединились. Рада Кришна и Армати расту. Спасибо за подношение.
Haripriya Ganga Mataji, Diksha disciple, she's offering fresh flower and sweet oranges to Guru Maharaj. Krishna Matirastu, Haribo, 请接受来自于舍了 Guru Maharaj 的祝福。Hare Krishna. Oh, Jaya Padma Mataji, Diksha disciple, Hare Krishna, she's offering sugar, candy, oranges, apple, grapes, and it looks like coconuts and tomatoes to Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Krishna Matirastu, Haribo.
Дана Лакшми Матаджи, Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Рада Кришна и Армати расту. Спасибо, что присоединились.
Спасибо.
Гуру Махарадж вам говорит прям по-русски.
Lalita Madhava Mataji, Hare Krishna sheltered the disciple and her daughter. They're offering peanuts to Guru Maharaj. Radha Krishna Matirastu, Haribo. Zhou Xingling Mataji, Hare Krishna. That is daughter's name. Shuma. Oh, Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble offering. Pomegranates, oranges, and apples. Haribo.
Суварна Гопи Матаджи, Гуру Махарадж благословляет вас. Рада Кришна и Армати расту. Спасибо, что присоединились.
You tell one Mataji, our internet is not good. Yeah, okay. We are not able to focus Mataji. In Russian Mataji, she written in Russian name. Request who devotees misses the darshan of Guru Maharaj. Prasadesh in Russia.
Please, the devotees who miss the darshan from Guru Maharaj, from Kashadesh and Russia, raise your hand. Thank you.
咱们这里如果有没有得到 Guru Maharaj 的上的奉献者，请举手。Hare Krishna.
Если кого-то не показали Гуру Махараджу из русских преданных, пожалуйста, поднимите руки.
Birthday debut Venkat. We are not able to put, right? Venkat, yeah. Guru Maharaj. I don't know why they are asked to do it.
Birthday of Venkat, Appaji, lotus flower and fruits. Haribo, Radha Krishna Matirastu. Happy birthday to you. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for joining. Radha Krishna Matirastu.
Елена
Special blessings to
Ivanova.
you. Haribo.
One Russian Mataji didn't get darshan.
Yeah,
She raised her hand.
Our connection is not really good.
Mataji, her connection is not good. We are not able to spotlight Mataji. She written in Russian language, Mataji. Sorry. Because of that only.
There is one Russian devotee who raised her hand.
See, it is showing her video is off, Mataji. That's why I'm not able to.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she is there, good Mataji.
Let's see, she's on the way. Two.
Yes, yes.
Rameshwari Shri Radha Mataji, Hari Bol. Wow, Krishna Matirastu. Thank you for the offering. Chiki.
Other Lila Mataji, request Mataji to switch on the.
What is that?
What's that?
Till good?
Chiki, right?
Till.
No, groundnut, Ali.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Gallery View, thank you
现在
once
是画廊
again
识
for
图。
joining. Please stay tuned for tomorrow class as well. Krishna Matirastu to everyone. Haribo. Blessings to everybody.
Till.
Antima Mataji. Oh, please don't raise your hand if you're not from Russia or Kashadesh. Thank you.
Gurmas, we are done.
Okay, so we are done. Jai Vanchakalpatrubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhavacha Patita Nampavanabhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Now the gallery view is going on. So Radha Krishna Matirastu. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai.